Hello and welcome to Sasha and Goff Live Recorded.
I'm Sasha.
And I'm Goff, and this week we're talking about our top 3 dream jobs. So if you listened last week, we pulled this topic and we decided it's kind of pointless to do a bottom 3 dream job because literally what's the point? I mean, it's just a list of things we don't want to do. I mean, it's like listing what's worse, what could possibly be worse than this. You know what I mean?
We missed out on an opportunity to just like mention our friends' jobs.
Yeah.
And be like, I would never want to do
fuck
that.
I don't want to do that.
But yeah, I'm with you. I think this is a good one where we just do top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you're good call on your end.
Thanks, man. Good. All right, so before we get into the episode, got to do our weekly plug until the 19th. That is March 19th, when I'm going to be shaving my head for St. Baldrick's. Yes, sir. Actually, someone will be shaving it for me. I wonder if I could just take the razor from them and do it myself.
How razory do you go?
Like a 3? I think that's what I did last year.
Respectable.
It's about like what I have now.
Because it's not Nazi.
No.
It's comfortable.
And you know, society. It's funny because it's a work function. And last year, after, like, the next day, they're like, yeah, everyone who got their head shaved, come take a picture.
Wow.
One of the worst pictures ever, man. It's like, yeah, you see how ugly people really are when they have no hair.
Could be worse. You could be Roman saluting while you do it.
Hey-oh, yeah. No, this is how we salute.
You're autistic. You're all autistic.
Anyway, if you got a couple extra bucks, if you want to donate to St. Baldrick's, which is an organization that funds cancer research for children, that is what I am raising money for to shave my head on March 19th.
If you're listening to this episode, there's a QR code right here in the middle, and it only works for this week. You got to use this one that's right here.
Yes, but there will be a link in the episode as well. And if you don't know how to use links, go to St. Baldrick's and type in my name, Brian Goff, BryonGoff.
Or go to your nearest St. Baldrick's office. Huh?
Yes, they're located, your greater Chicagoland St. Baldrick's office.
Yeah.
So what's going on, man?
Not too much. I was thinking about this dream job situation, and I'm like, well, it's kind of an interesting one because nothing came to mind.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of like, oh, well, everything came to mind. But I was wondering if you had the situation when you were in high school where you had to take a test and it kind of told you what jobs.
I never took like a job aptitude test.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I ever did.
Have we talked about that on this podcast?
No.
So I remember mine.
Okay.
I
mean, maybe I did, but I don't remember any results.
You've known me for quite some time.
Yeah.
What jobs do you think I would be good for?
All right, so I'm going based on high school when you filled this thing out.
Based on high school.
So where were you at in life? Let's see.
I'm not far from where I am currently.
No, I'm trying to think, and it's just like, okay, let's see. So if you would have answered it in high school, do you remember what it said?
I remember the number 1 answer. It gave you a list of like 7 or 8 or whatever it was, but I remember number 1, and I think it shocked my world. I think I'm still
dog catcher on there?
No, and that would have been
abductor.
No, I was already doing that at that age. It wasn't illegal because I was underage.
Okay, I honestly, because I don't want to be an asshole, I'm not going to keep saying terrible things. So what was it?
Number 1 on my list, and this was in the year 1998.
Okay.
Or 97, possibly 98. But keep in mind, this was 27 years ago. My number 1 that they thought I would be good for was a bellhop.
All right.
Which did not exist even then in 1998. Was barely a job.
Yeah.
But anyway, they were like, yeah, we think you could carry luggage and work an elevator. I don't know what they were trying to say. I don't know what kind of answers I would give on a test that they would say.
Get bellhop, yeah.
But honestly, I thought about it and I was like, I would love that job. They were not wrong.
Be nice and personable.
Yeah, I talk to everybody who's coming in.
Just collect tips all day.
Have test my jokes on people.
Yeah,
it would just be like I would actually like that job. Huh. And another thing that I always kind of liked was like I love airports.
Yeah,
I have an unnatural love for airports. Like I love the smell of like the McDonald's in the airport. I love just like everything about it. So I always kind of like considered getting a job there, except I don't want to work hard and they seem like difficult
Go work
jobs.
At the Ogilvy train station. There's a McDonald's there too. It's kind of like an airport.
Well, it wasn't just the McDonald's. I just mean like the breakfast, like it's 6 a.m. and people are traveling, and you smell a McMuffin.
Listen,
and it's just
asshole,
like,
it's not about the McDonald's.
It's not about.
not just about the McDonald's.
That is my number one dream job, however, is McDonald's. So
something McDonald's related.
But like I was thinking about that, and I was like, well, what could I do at the airport? I would probably want to do the guy who's just like I would love to do the guy, who does the luggage.
We're gonna talk about dream jobs.
Who like takes the luggage and like puts it into the airplanes or whatever. I think that would be my job. And really, what is that besides like a bellhop? Like you're bringing luggage to a place. Yeah. So those tests is all I'm saying. Pretty solid. Pretty solid.
So
tests.
bellhop or pilot?
No pilot. Pirate.
Pilot. A pirate.
Are you afraid of flying?
No, I mean, we haven't flown in. It's been at least 10 years. I'm not afraid of it. No.
Okay.
I mean, obviously the climate is a lot different these days with planes crashing into each other and shit. So I mean, it doesn't make me want to fly, but no, my kids have never been on a plane, so I think that'd be kind of cool.
It's time to toss them onto one.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking do it.
Nice.
So, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I got pulled over the other day for speeding.
Wow.
Yeah, and I got off. I gotta say, I didn't have to do anything disgusting either to get off. Luckily, I'm just a middle-aged white male in Illinois, so I get a warning when I'm speeding in school zones.
Is it harder for you to get off now that you're older?
No, I find that it's easier, actually. But
impressive.
No, I was going like 42 and a 25, just not paying attention. Literally, I was leaving work. I know.
No, Goff stands for get off. It's just the shortened version.
There you go.
Sorry. I told you before we started filming this that I don't listen to a word you say.
Yeah,
right?
no, you're just like, wait, so you got pulled over?
Sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, I remember you did get pulled over a couple weeks ago after a concert we went to. That was for a taillight, though. Mm-hmm. So when's the last time, and we've talked about it before, that neither of us drink anymore, so that's one of the biggest things that's just kind of taken out of the equation, that at least you don't have to worry about a DUI.
Yeah.
It's like, baby, I can get reckless driving charges.
I drive
manslaughter.
I drive
no DUI
at night without lights.
Hell yeah,
because we can. Else. Yeah.
Yeah, because when the cops pull us over, they're like, "Fuck!" When they see that we're not drunk. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no. When's the last?
Or a minority.
Yeah, or a minority,
depending on what town you're in.
Exactly, that's how we roll. When's the last time? Do you remember, like, the last time you got a ticket, like a speeding ticket, anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. I have 6 DUIs. One for each state that I've visited in the last 6 years. No. I got one. It really kind of angers me because it was a female police officer. And if I'm nothing, it's a man of the ladies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh. Okay.
How come everybody says sexist? I should look into that.
Yeah.
No, but, like you get pulled over a bunch of times, and a lot of the times you're like, hey, I'm going to talk my way out of this, and then the guys are normally like, yeah, you're not trouble, just move on or whatever. But the women, it's like they're proving a point against me, and I'm always like, come on, baby, why you give me a ticket, baby?
You've got your arm already out the window, just like, hey.
And so they don't like that. But yeah, it was a speeding ticket, and it was from a woman. I mean, it was a while ago. It was, and it wasn't the last ticket I got, but it's the last one I'd like to talk about that I got. So. Yeah, it was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure the last one I got, though, it had to have been for speeding, because, like, anything parking. I remember I got a parking ticket in Iowa. I was visiting a friend, and that one landed in the garbage so quickly. It's like, I'm not coming back here ever. What? So
I've absolutely gotten red light tickets recently, like in the past, let's say 5 years or whatever. And that's like the reason why I have to go. Well, one of the many reasons why I have to go actually do the driver's license renewal test.
Oh, yeah.
And meanwhile, Megan's over here. They just send it to her in the mail. They don't ask her a question. They're like, hey, you probably need an updated one. I'm like, I drive for a living.
Yeah.
And I have to go over the.
I was able to get my license plate sticker in the mail. I was so happy because that's one of the hidden costs and everything like that. So. I guess it's nice to just be a white male.
Yeah, that's what this podcast.
Because I probably got out the last 5 or 6 speeding tickets. Just be like, all right, it's a warning.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm not bragging about that, by the way. Do you have anything else to talk about?
Yeah. First and foremost, today is March 11th, so we are a week away, basically, or the weekend of St. Patrick's
The
Day is
shaving.
coming up.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, not the shaving. That's 8 more days.
After, yeah.
8 more days.
8 days.
This upcoming weekend is probably the weekend that people are celebrating St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Yeah.
Now, me and you, we don't drink, so we don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Not that we remembered when we used to.
Hey!
But I did want to know, do you do anything for St. Patrick's Day?
My wife cooks. You know, she'll make, do
just
the
like
corned beef, cabbage, all
Yeah,
that fun
okay.
stuff. We have, we do a little tradition, kind of like Elf on the Shelf. We have little leprechauns, though. They're little ceramic leprechauns that we don't go, like with the Elf on the Shelf, you know, because that was more like him being mischievous.
Leps with hep.
There you go. Yes, that's what we call it. That's
Nice.
my kids came up with that name. But yeah, so we do that. We just place them in a different spot every day until the 17th. But otherwise, yeah, we just do like an Irish dinner and
Okay, that's
you know,
cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone to Chicago when they like to see the Green River or anything?
I don't know
like
if
that?
I've ever gone specifically for the river or even seen the river, but yes, I've been down there for St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
Again,
So
but
you
it
were
definitely
there, but-
wasn't for me to be like, let's go see the river.
That's funny.
Might have ended up in the river at some point.
We 2 years ago we went to see Mark Normand.
Okay.
He was filming a Netflix special at the Vic in Chicago,
On St. Patrick's Day?
and he picked St. Patrick's Day weekend, which in comedy is like a horrible weekend, especially in a big drinking town.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people wooing and all that kind of
I
stuff.
bet, yeah.
So he was kind of like mad at himself for picking that day to record this special, but it turned out great, and it's on Netflix. We're actually going to see him again this weekend. He's playing at the Den Theater, which holds like 300 people in Chicago, St. Patrick's Day weekend
geez.
again. But he's not recording anything this weekend. But it is kind of funny that he's picking that one again. We've never seen the river, me or Megan. Green, blue. I don't know what colors they do for what events or whatever. But we've never seen it before. I don't care, but she wants to go see it, so we're gonna do that as well. But yeah, like she's part Irish. Are you Irish at all?
I've heard that, yes. It's one of those things, because now you can do the
Ogoff.
test. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goff is spelled G-O-U-G-H. One
Yeah,
of those.
go.
But no, I
Oh,
think my mom may have done one of the, the DNA tests, and I think, so I'll base it on that, but yeah. I mean, that's one of the ones I was always told.
Yeah, and you were
German,
a big drinker
Irish,
as well,
English,
so.
yeah, so yeah, it
Oh,
tracks.
so German, Irish, English. That's like you're like the mixture of
Yeah.
that area of Europe or whatever.
That's what I grew up always hearing, but now that you can literally get all 25 different ethnicities, which I don't know if we talked about that on this show. Have you ever done that, or are you interested in that at all?
I considered doing, like, for the longest time I was against it because it's like, oh, give your DNA to somebody, and then now it's funny because well, it's not funny, it's sad, but like corporations are purchasing those companies that did that and all the information that goes with it. But anyway, that's not this podcast. But I did want to do that at a certain time. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. Who cares? I don't like. It's me.
Yeah.
People can have my DNA. I don't really care. It's all over the
You're
place.
making deposits all.
You're
all
sitting
around
in my
town
DNA
anyway.
right now, buddy. It's all
This
over
is my chair.
well, and so I wanted to do it, and then like literally the next day, the big like 2 million files leaked, and somebody hacked into something at 23andMe or whatever, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna stay away from it, just to be told that I'm Serbian or whatever. Like, I'm okay
Yeah,
with
you're
it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that too, and Joni always calls me like, not, I forgot, an asshole, but no,
Yeah.
I just don't care. Like that's the thing for me. It's like it's like, don't you want to know? It's like it changes absolutely nothing. Like, and it's like, yeah, if someone was doing them for free and they're like, hey, you want to find out? Sure, but it's like I don't want to pay $200, so it's kind of a money thing, and it's also just like I don't care enough. I
But
really
wouldn't
just
you
don't.
want to, like, what if you're like part Chinese, and then all of a
Be
sudden
interesting, but I
you
mean,
can like take off for the Chinese New Year because it's like your heritage and
do
stuff?
you take off for Orthodox Easter? Like, do you celebrate that day, like that Good Friday? Because it's coming up, and like
No,
I have the
no.
option to do that. So
I
wonder-
don't. No.
No.
I don't. No. Like I go to church for my dad
Okay.
because my dad likes going to church, and I don't have any brothers or sisters, and my mom doesn't go to church. So I go like for Easter and for Christmas, strictly for him. And I've told him this. I'm like, I'm here because you're here. Like, that's the reason. If one of his like buddies wants to go with him, I'm like, oh, great. Then I'm out. Like, I have no interest in.
There's a woman. Actually, it was just like
I'm a bad Serbian, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
and a bad person.
Yeah.
Friend, lover, human,
decent
husband, dog owner.
Waiting for you to hit one that I can argue with, but
comedian, musician.
Sorry. I mean, this hurts really bad, but you're not lying.
I worked like in a small world situation. A woman I used to work with actually was like a member of the church that Joni and I got married at, and it was a Greek church. So like we had to, she had to like rent it out and everything. And this woman, like when she caught word that I got married at the church she attends, it was like she was like nonstop, just, oh, Brian, you have to come try these new things. And like, that's how she talked. But it was always, and I'm telling her, I'm like, Kat, I'm like, I thank you so much, but I'm not going to that. I'm like,
funny.
I appreciate you inviting me, and it's nothing personal, but I'm not going. Like, I mean, like, and this was after like 3 or 4, all right, maybe I'll go, and then it was just like, I'm not coming, okay? I'm very sorry, and it's nothing against you or your church, but I just don't attend, I just don't have any interest in going.
I think it's against the church, too. Greek people are some of the worst people in the world. Let me tell you why.
Oh!
I'm just going to base it on one story.
Okay. And it's the one I just told.
My dad loves going to this one diner close by where we live over here. And it's owned by Greek people, and those Greek people just got sued by 28 of their employees for stealing their tips. They had to pay like $110,000 in back money, and this might get cut out. Apparently, Goff is related to these people.
No, I was trying to lip it to you just to get a yes or a no, because I'm trying to think of local businesses that I think or know that are Greek owned. Maybe we'll just talk after the episode.
We'll talk after.
Not during this one. I'm like, does it start with an A?
It doesn't, if that's a real question. Now a B, we might be talking. But yeah, so anyway, based on that one thing, I think all Greek people are bad. I'm just kidding. Greeks, you're loud. That's your only problem.
You're loud.
You're good people. Love you. Pete, DJ Pano out there.
There's another one too. My wife. That's it.
I mean, I don't really know her well. I can't make a
She's
judgment.
pretty cool sometimes.
So I'll take your word for it. But have you checked your your tips?
All right. Well, we're running a little late here, but I told you I got a game, and I hope this.
Oh no! I gotta
Wait,
cut you off.
you're still going?
I got one more thing.
Oh no! Okay. All right.
It's really, really quick.
That's all right.
We had somebody commented on one of our Instagram reels, and I had to do some research and figure out what they were talking about.
Yes.
Because I didn't know. But apparently I look like somebody called Namor. Namor is, this is very interesting here. I brought some pictures for
here we
you.
go. Hell yeah.
And I definitely see it. Mostly in the body, but a little bit in the face and head as well. Here's one of them.
Yeah, totally.
And if you're watching on YouTube, I will post these pictures. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to recreate these. Maybe
this
just
is
for
fantastic.
Megan. But yeah, absolutely. I saw it and I was like, yeah, this is who I look like. This is apparently a Marvel character that's been around for like...
He's called the Submariner. He's like a very like awesome character, very powerful.
And he's been a good guy and a bad guy.
Yeah, he's like an anti-hero.
Yeah, whatever anti-hero means. Love it.
Yeah.
All in on this guy. Possibly related. I'll do the 23andMe if it gives me this information.
All right.
But this is what it says. It says, the mutant son of a human sea captain and a princess of the mythical undersea kingdom of Atlantis, Namor possesses the super strength and aquatic abilities of the Homo mermanus, which obviously means gay mermaid, right?
Yes, I believe so.
As well as the mutant ability of flight. I can fly too. Dude,
the little like wings on your feet.
Where is this guy's movie?
These things right here.
It says, along with the other superhuman powers. Throughout the years, he's been portrayed as an anti-hero, alternating between good-natured but short-fused superhero. I feel that. And a hostile invader seeking vengeance for perceived wrongs. Look, I love this guy.
This is
This is perfect. A historically important and relatively popular Marvel character, Namor?
You could say either,
Namor?
I guess.
Has served directly with the Avengers, blah, 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 blah. And then, so if you look at this guy, it's this one especially, that's me in the face. They took my face, I believe. At least my hair. I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, it is it's me, I believe.
It's a good comp.
It's a good call by the person who left the message. Then apparently this person was in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and it was portrayed by Tenoch Huerta Mejia. So they turned it. They got woke.
Yeah. See, they
got woke on my guy.
That's why I was saying Namor, because that's how they pronounce it in that movie. Because yes, he's a Hispanic character, and they leaned into more of like the Aztec warrior kind of, which was like, in all honesty, a lot of people were just kind of like, "What are you doing here?" And it was fine, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
this.
I'm not really angry at it.
Yeah,
I sure.
No, but I mean, I'm just saying,
people
it's
who
like,
are.
there was, it was a little weird.
Yeah.
That they did that.
Yeah, and then that guy got in trouble. Like someone accused
God, I don't
him
know about that.
of something, and so he's not in the next movie. Like he was accused of like sexual deviancy or whatever.
As is usually the case. That movie kind of sucked anyway. So
yeah. Well, anyway, I love this guy, and I need to get the action figure, I believe. So.
Yeah, I got one in my store.
Oh,
that is not a joke.
I bet you do.
I do.
What do you think about it?
I actually crossed Namor off, and it just says Sasa.
Yeah. So that's all I got. Now we can.
All right. Well, let's get your pictures out of the way because we got to make room for some of mine. All right.
Great.
So
now, is this as good as
Desert Island? Or listing Girl Scout cookies? It might be, but this one is specifically for you.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. So first off, this game is about an actor you love. Okay. We've talked about many times on the show.
Okay.
An actor you have met before. Now there's a few of them. You can look
me
around the room and see even celebrity wrestlers you've seen. This is an actor you've assaulted before when you put him in a headlock and tried to break his neck. Who am I talking about?
Well, I mean, that narrows it down to about 6, but I believe you're talking about the young man known as Pauly Shore.
I am talking about Pauly Shore.
Okay.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to play a little game called Name That Pauly Shore Movie.
Okay.
All right, so I have right here a list of 5 Pauly Shore movies, and these are like his most notable ones, I would say. Son-in-Law, In the Army Now, Biodome, Jury Duty, and Encino Man. Mm-hmm. At least movies that he like starred in. He's been in plenty of shit since then. All right, so what I'm going to do is I have 10 quotes here that could be from any of these 5 movies.
Oof, I'm not good at this.
Yeah, so I'm going to say the quote, and you're going to tell me, based on these here, what movie it's from.
Okay, I was going to say that I was going to dominate this game, but I am not a remember.
Well, see, some of these, because even I was like, that's a great quote, and it's like, oh, it's from that, not this.
Okay.
So this is where we see if you're a poser or not.
And only these 5 movies?
Only those 5 movies.
Okay.
Okay?
So nothing from Pauly Shore is dead.
And all 10 of them could be from one movie.
Nothing from the Blair Witch mockumentary style movie that he made?
No. Just those 5. Okay. Right. So here's your first one, and I'll try to say...
Not the recent one that Bobby Lee was in, the House Guest or Guest House.
No, it's pretty simple. Just the 5 listed right in
Okay,
front
I
of
just
me.
want to know, because I've seen all of them, and I love Pauly Shore.
Okay.
And I just want to make sure that is stated before I ruin everything.
Gotcha.
You know?
Well played. All right, so here's the first one. What movie is this from?
Okay.
So You're Inbred. You know, where your mom's your dad and your dad's your brother.
Oh, brother. I'm going to go Biodome.
Nope. That is incorrect, my friend. Would you like me to tell you now what they're from? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
That is from Son-in-Law.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
This is going to be rough. This is going to be you playing...
So this is the X-Pile.
L.A., Gaza, or Stratford Mall Bad.
Yes. Or trying to name WNBA teams. Number 2.
Okay.
I propose that we plant these seeds, and I know what you're thinking.
Biodome.
Very good.
Thank you.
Okay. The rest of the quote for those curious. But the value of purple sticky punch goes way beyond just token it.
I want the victory on this side. So we're trying to outweigh your side of the table.
This is a good one, a short one. Oh, my pancreas.
Encino Man.
No!
No?
Yes, it is.
Oh, you scared me. It's like...
Do you remember why he says that?
This is probably when the bully... Something with the bully. No?
It's after he sings Lisa Lisa on stage and then stage dives and everyone moves and you just hear off in the background, oh, my pancreas. I think he says it twice in the movie, actually.
Now, wait a minute. I said Encino Man. Isn't that Son-in-Law?
No.
Off the stage?
No. Yeah, remember
Encino Man as well. Okay.
when they're at the Mexican bar.
Restaurant.
Or the restaurant, yeah. All right, so you got 2 so far.
Okay.
All right. Where is this one from? Cheek chillers. You likes?
I know this one. Son-in-Law.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. It's when he's wearing the assless chaps.
Yeah. Brother,
Your favorite
I'm doing
scene.
better than I thought I was. I will be happy.
These are the easy ones. Actually, some of these, like this one, I think is kind of easy. I've seen lots of camel toes before, but never on a camel.
In the Army now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's another one in here that's very loaded based on just like what the movie is, but hey, I'm here to make you look better.
I will say that one specifically I got because of knowing that they're in the desert.
The camel one?
Yeah.
I'm not that familiar with that movie, so I actually just went through and I just took like a quote that was like, that was funny.
Solid movie. Andy Dick, David Allen Greer, Lori Petty. Look at me. It's like.
And then she went on to be Tank Girl, which like it wasn't a sequel, right? They're not, because Tank Girl I think is a comic book.
No, and then also in what was that? Major League? No, what's the League of Our Own?
Oh yeah. Great movie. Okay, number 6, Meat Group.
Oh, Encino Man.
Nice.
Easy.
Why does he say that?
The burrito. They're talking about which food groups different foods are in. They're in the 7-Eleven or whatever it is, convenience store probably. And he picks it up, the burrito, and goes, Meat Group.
No, well, but the reason he says it is because, what's his name, Link?
Yeah,
catches a fly and eats it.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about
Meat
that.
Group.
Yeah.
See, that came back, like, when I just saw the quote, it's like,
okay,
that's great.
What came to my mind when you said that, this might be one of your quotes, but it's when the 2 convenience store guys are telling him,
no, he's in the juice.
No. When he's, how long to heat the burrito.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the one guy goes 1 minute, the other guy goes 2 minutes, and then afterwards he takes a bite and he's like, it's still frozen in the middle, and he's like 1.5 minutes. I use that quote all the time here.
Aren't they like laughing at him too?
I think so.
Yeah, because he fucked it up. All right, number 7. Doing well here. You got 5 correct, 1 wrong. All right. Whoa. Wait a minute. You guys aren't one of those freaky cults, are you? You know, who dance naked and you just want to take our clothes off and feed a special punch? Damn, we were so close.
Yep, Biodome. I got it.
Yeah, you are crushing it here.
I'm crushing.
All right. This is one of my favorites. Hey, you'll be happy to know that as soon as you left, I popped your daughter's trunk.
Wow. I'm going to go with Son-in-Law on that one.
Damn it. Yeah.
You wish.
I know.
You wish that you were going to embarrass me.
Yeah, no,
day.
you already won the game, so.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3,
All
4,
right.
5, 6, 7. Shoot.
This is another one. You should get this easily.
I'll get it wrong on purpose.
If a small taco is a taquito, then a small judge must be a judgeito.
I mean, that's got to be jury duty, but yeah. I don't think I would have remembered it just based off the quote, but obviously, yeah.
All right.
Also, Tia Carrere.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Great movie.
All right, this is the last one, and this is my favorite quote probably ever by Pauly Shore.
Okay.
If you're edged because I'm wheezing all your grind, it's just chill. Because if I had the whole Brady Bunch thing happen in my pad, I'd go grind over there. So don't tax my gig so hardcore, Cruster. Speaking to the dad, yes.
Oh, man, that was so good.
It's so good because he's like an inch away from the dad's face talking to him like that. He's just like, so don't tax my gig so hardcore, Cruster.
Yeah, man, when I was like, whatever year that movie came out, Encino Man, I loved that movie so much that my nickname in school became Stony, and to this day, people call me that, who I like haven't seen in many years or whatever. If they see me, they call me Stony, and I've always considered opening up a business under the name Stonies.
But like something totally different than like a pot shop or something.
Yeah, no, like a music venue or a comedy club or a gazebo.
All right, you know what though? There's one last caveat here. You can get bonus points to make up for the 90% you already have.
Okay.
If you can tell me his character name in all these movies.
Oh,
all right.
no.
So Encino Man, you just said it. That's an easy one.
Yeah, Stony.
Okay. You don't need the last name. It's fine. It is Brown, though, by the way. I didn't know that was his last name.
No, I can't. I don't think I can. Biodome, maybe he's Bud or Doyle.
Which one?
I think Bud.
Correct.
Jury Duty, I have no clue.
This is a name of an alcoholic beverage, actually.
Four Loko?
Tommy Collins.
Okay.
Four Loko, yes, that's his name. Son-in-law.
This one is... I'm surprised that I don't...
Crawl.
Crawl?
Crawl.
Okay.
And remember the dad a few times. Crotch.
Crawl.
Yeah. Everyone, and then in the Army now.
General Mustard?
Bones Sanders.
Yeah, I don't remember those.
All right, so what I think I asked you before, what's your favorite Pauly Shore movie? Because going through this list again, I think I said Encino Man, but I think it's Son-in-Law. At least Son-in-Law I'm the most familiar with. Like, and I love that movie. And Tiffany Amber Thiessen's in it.
Son-in-Law is it's a sleeper.
Yeah.
It is a very solid movie. Because most people are going to go Encino Man because you're going traditional, old school, or you're going Biodome because Biodome was pretty great. The one thing that bothered me about Biodome was that they left an opening. The professor at the end of the movie, when the Biodome opens, runs away. They left an opening for Biodome 2.
He's got like a huge beard, right? Like I haven't seen that in a long time. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, he gets all like fucking weird, right?
Yeah,
He's
because
like
he was like hiding, and so
Okay.
the beard grew and he got crazier or whatever. And then the door was open, so he leaves and he runs through the field, and that's how the movie ends.
Okay.
Spoiler.
No.
So they left an opening for Biodome 2, which like would have been awesome. Even recently, like the Brendan Fraser and I'm not familiar with the Asian guy, what his name is, but he was in some like pretty popular movies. He potentially won an Oscar recently.
Are you talking about the guy who was in like Goonies?
Yeah.
Little guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he was in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
And
recently.
in Encino Man, he's in the Computer Club. Computer
Oh,
Club. So like him and Brendan Fraser are in the same movie, and then they grow up, and like they're winning these ridiculous awards or whatever. And Pauly Shore was trying to like send people like on Instagram messages about like let's redo Encino Man, Encino Man 2. I'd love to see it. Like
I would too.
Pauly Shore's the man. I don't care.
Sean Astin too. I love him.
I didn't like his character in Encino Man, but
he's
good.
Like he's like the
good.
straight man, you know. Yeah. There's nothing really fun about him.
Yeah, and then shush.
Yeah. That guy's he's in Wayne's World actually. That bully, he's one of the guys in the back seat.
Yep, he's like I don't know what you call him, a stoner, a metal
he's
dude.
He's like one of their like posse or I don't know.
I mean, what a resume!
Hell yeah,
what a resume!
Wayne's World and Encino Man.
Yeah.
So yeah,
love it. Excellent game. Way better than Guess the Cookie or whatever we played before.
I was trying to do another one I had in mind was Guess the Pauly, and it was going to be like Pauly Shore, Pauly from Sopranos, and that's as far as I got. I couldn't think of any other Paulys. It's like
from Jersey Shore.
Yeah, pretty much every Pauly from like an Italian TV show or whatever.
I like it.
All right,
good work.
Good. All right, well then I guess we could quickly go into what we're putting inside ourselves.
All right, I'll go rather quickly. First and foremost, I tried to watch Hot Tub Time Machine 2, and I got about 6 minutes in, and I had to turn it off.
Do you like the first one?
I watched the entire first one. I don't remember a thing about it.
That's how I am. I watched it so long ago.
Yeah, and so I was like, well, may as well give a try. Me and Megan last night, we were like, let's watch something dumb and funny. Hey, Hot Tub Time Machine 2 is on. Turn it on. Too dumb. Not funny enough in those 6 minutes, so we turned that off. We watched Nate Bargatze's, I believe, newest Netflix special. It's from December. It was on Netflix. It's called Your Friend Nate Bargatze. I think just with like the holiday rush, I never watched it, and I've seen all of his specials up until now. I've been a big fan of his for a very long time. He had like a Comedy Central Presents or whatever.
Yeah.
15 years ago or a decade ago. I don't know what it was, which is still, he talks about his magician dad and all this. I mean, it was fantastic. I've seen him at Zany's Rosemont, which holds like a couple hundred people, and now he plays stadiums and
it's amazing.
It's awesome. That's like one of my favorite things about comedy, when you could see somebody who's like a superstar, but you can also see them like whatever. Mark Norman, for example, we're seeing him in front of 300 people. He just played Chicago Theater last time he was here. It holds 4,000. That's the best. When it's intimate, that's the best. Once it becomes like business and whatever, it takes away from it. Anyway,
that's cool.
Another one. This was actually referred to me by Kowalski and Ivica.
Okay.
They both sent this to me. This is Emily Catalano. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Catalano.
She has a a special called Unspecial on YouTube. Female comedian. I think both of them said she has like Mitch Hedberg-ish vibes, which I slightly disagree. Like I kind of hear it, but she's just kind of like monotone and low energy, and you know,
yeah,
I know a lot about that or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like her jokes are very Mitch Hedbergy. He's got a certain just like out there kind of style, and she's got really good jokes. I really enjoyed that special.
Is she like a hippie? Like, is that?
No, but she's got like indie or...
I was just trying to think where the comparisons might... If you're saying it's not really the tone or anything.
I think it's because the way she talks a little bit slower and just like super low, whatever. But the jokes aren't like way out there. You know, Mitch Hedberg is kind of just like in his own...
That's why I hate to say it, God rest his soul, but it's like I never found it funny.
Oh.
It was just like, yeah, I understand that was like a... You know, some people loved it, and I just wasn't one of them. I mean, like, I don't know. I thought, like, Norm Macdonald did it way better. You know, just kind of telling a story, and it's like, is there a punchline? It's like, no, it's more so just the way he's telling the joke.
Yeah. I can just kind of see the similarity. I think Mitch Hedberg had his own thing going.
Okay. And I'm not, like, super... I don't know... I feel bad even comment on it because of how little of his catalog I know. But
that's another one. I saw him many times live. I saw him at Zany's Vernon Hills, which no longer exists. That was like a month before he died or something like that. But yeah, he was just like always... I don't know how he got to his jokes. You know what I mean? Like they're just so like... Yeah. The ending is over here that... Whatever. He's great. And so is that Emily Catalano special, or however you say it. And then the only other thing that I've been watching recently, I started watching Bob Newhart.
Oh, jeez.
You ever watch Bob Newhart?
No, I mean, like, I know of it, but no,
I've never watched Bob Newhart, and I just wanted to start something new, like, while I go to sleep, because I finished King of Queens again. I've watched it, like, so many times in the past year or whatever, that I'm like, let me throw something else on that just... to be funny at certain times, and like I don't want to watch it. I don't really care what happens. I just want to see if it's funny. Mm-hmm. Decent show. More than decent. I like it. There's a lot of people in it. There's his secretary.
Keep talking.
Is he's attacking me.
My phone's like I just realized it's probably gonna die. So.
Oh, his secretary is what's her name? She's the voice of Edna Krabappel on The Simpsons. But this is obviously from like the 70s or whatever. So it's it was a long time ago that she was...
Is she like a prolific actor? I don't know.
She was also in...
Oh, wait, she's a Simpsons voice. Is that Nancy Cartwright?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember her name, but she was also she was like the Girl Scout troop leader on Full House, who would always hit on Uncle Joey. You would know her, I think, if you saw her. Okay. She has a very distinct look. Also, Suzanne Plachette is his wife in that. I don't know if you're familiar with her. But either way, funny show. I'm watching this. Last night I made Megan watch some of it. And he's got a neighbor on the show who's a pilot. It's kind of like Quagmire almost.
Okay.
And the guy's name when they're doing the credits, his name is Peter Bonerz, which is
great.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It's fantastic, yeah.
So today, what I thought you were going to do was a game about Police Academy. So I started researching Police Academy. Seeing which one is which, like I'm not that very versed on it.
Swear to God, about a month ago, I was getting started. What Police Academy movie does this happen in? Or something like that. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So I assumed that's what we were doing today, knowing that we were playing a game, but not knowing what game. Yeah. I prepared for Police Academy, and then I found this out. Beginning in 1974, Peter Bonerz, who's the neighbor in the Bob Newhart show, directed 29 episodes of the Bob Newhart show. So not only was he acting in it, but directed in it.
Yep.
Between 74 and 2011, he directed over 350 episodes of various shows. Murphy Brown, Home Improvement, ER, Friends, Joey, Wings, News Radio, Archie Bunker's Place, Alf. This man directed Alf. He also directed films such as Nobody's Perfect, with a K, Perfect. Which is funny because his name is Bonerz with a Z. But I don't know what
a stage name or
no, that's his name.
That's fantastic. Peter Bonerz.
And he's from Milwaukee, and he's still alive. Next week I'm gonna go see Bernie Sanders do a speech in Kenosha, and then I'm looking for Peter Bonerz, dude.
Let's see if he's available.
He also directed Police Academy 6: City Under Siege, And if you were gonna play the game, I was gonna have that to say.
That would have been like your question for me.
Yeah, but nonetheless, you had a better game, I think, than Police Academy.
Thank you. There was actually one more crossovers on our show, baby. Pauly Shore appeared in Married with Children for one episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, season 3, episode 14. A 3-job, no-income family, which is a perfect name for Married with Children.
Yeah.
So good. All right, so what I'm putting inside myself, this is an older movie, and actually I just kind of picked this one thing because I had a question or two for you. And this is about an SNL character, Chris Farley. I watched Black Sheep this week.
Oh, nice.
Which is basically, in my opinion, the underrated version of Tommy Boy.
Yeah, I
Similar
agree.
movies, but for whatever reason, Black Sheep is the one that everyone's like, wait, is that the one? But everyone knows Tommy Boy.
And Tommy Boy is the one that seems to always be on TV.
Yeah.
Black Sheep, when it's on, it's like a rarity, and you're like, I gotta watch this one.
Watching this one again, there's a couple things in the movie I can see why maybe it's like the other one aged a little bit better.
Okay.
You know, like the Kill Whitey scene in Black Sheep.
I
Kill
love
Whitey!
it.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious. But what I was curious, because like we talk about SNL a lot on here, more so you. And we've talked about Chris Farley, but like, what's your favorite Chris Farley like thing? Like, if I know it's like kind of off the top of your head, but if you can think of like a skit or two from SNL or like his favorite movie, I mean, like while you're thinking about it, like Schmidt's Gay is fantastic. You know, him and Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
And then my other question, and I know I'm bombarded, you haven't answered the first one yet. Who would you say is like a modern day Farley? And it's hard to say because of like his physical comedy.
It's easy to say.
All right, who do you think?
It is Melissa McCarthy.
Okay, all right, that's a good one.
She is the Chris Farley version. She does physical comedy better than anybody.
You're right, that's a good
She's
call.
a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
She's hilarious. Like
yeah. All right, that's a good answer because I was trying to think it's like Jack Black, like 10 years ago maybe, but it's like
I don't think so.
I'm thinking of more the attitude, and then it's like Johnny Knoxville. You know?
It's hard to think of a guy who is a similar Chris Farley.
Like, yes, who will do his own stunts, but isn't doing all of them.
Yeah.
You know, whereas like, Johnny Knoxville, it's like, he's doing it, but he's purposely getting hurt. Jack Black has like that quirky attitude, but maybe not, and he's like a bigger guy that like moves quick, but isn't quite doing all the falls and everything that Farley would do.
The thing is, like, if somebody was close enough to Chris Farley in his mannerisms and stuff, he wouldn't be as successful because Chris Farley already happened.
But people
would just go, "This is a Chris Farley ripoff" or whatever.
I could see that, but I mean, Farley's been gone for so long, you know.
True, but I don't know. Definitely with like people our age, I think it would just be like, oh, I remember this when it was called Chris Farley.
Probably.
Whereas like Melissa McCarthy, not only is it like similar because A, she's like bigger, B, it's physical comedy, C, she's hilarious, but also she's like her own type of hilarious. It's a different hilarious than Chris Farley.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's not like a ripoff of it. It's just like it reminds me of him.
Farley. Maybe it was because he was linked to SNL so much, but like I'm trying to remember if he was in any R-rated movies or if you ever saw Farley being actually like dirty, swearing, like dropping F-bombs. Because like Melissa McCarthy, obviously she is kind of a dirty comedian, like especially in like Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
She's so good in that, by the way.
She's great. She was great in there's a movie with her and Jason Bateman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're like Identity Theft. She's got a buddy cop with everyone. There's a Sandra Bullock one too.
Okay.
But yeah, she's hilarious. Her husband's awesome too.
Yeah. I don't know his name, but
I think it's like
awesome.
Ben Falcone maybe or something.
And she's from Plainfield, Illinois. She's related to Jenny McCarthy. Yeah, that's the answer to that question. The other question that you asked me, like, what's my favorite of his stuff? I mean, it's pretty generic, but it is like the Tommy Boy Black Sheep and the skit with the Dirty Dancing guy.
Okay, not Sprockets, with Swayze, right?
Yeah, Swayze, that's his name. Where they're the Chippendale dancers or whatever.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, like that's obviously one of his most popular things ever. But man, like if you watch it today, you just like notice more about that clip.
He's such for being that big. I mean, he's so swift and just everything. The movements. I mean, when you're watching someone that big move better than you can move, it's just like.
Did you ever watch his last movie, the Ninja.
I was trying to remember what that was called, and it just came to me. It's like Beverly Hills Ninja, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, I think so.
I tried. I didn't think it was very funny.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't very good. I never watched it, but
there was that one, and then
him
there
and
was
Spade together. You can't beat him and Spade. Like
there was the one with Matthew Perry also. It was like the Western.
And he's also in Wayne's World 2.
Yeah, he's in both of them. He plays different characters.
Okay,
actually.
the security guard.
And then in the second one, he's trying to be
be a roadie.
Yeah, when they're shooting the tennis balls at him.
Yep.
It's so good.
Absolutely.
And I always love, though, when you see Farley's brother in anything. Mm-hmm. Like, actually in Black Sheep. Which is funny, too, because we talked about our top grunge bands a couple weeks ago, and Mudhoney is in this band. Yeah. Another thing that is... we could talk about like the most 90s or 2000 thing about this movie, Rock the Vote.
Oh, yeah, good call.
That?
He's at the concert, obviously,
yeah.
And then that's
the
Kill Whitey.
Yeah, when he's all stoned.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, just it's...
His brother still does stand-up. He's like around here locally.
Okay.
Does zanies and stuff like that around
And
here.
it's so fun because like all the guys that, we were watching this at work on our lunch break, and I was just like, that's Farley's brother, like right next to him. And it's like right after that, they're all like, yeah, now we can't stop thinking about it because he looks... And even when he starts talking for a second, you're like, oh, totally.
Yeah, 100%. Have you watched... There's like a documentary on Farley, and it's got all of his brothers in it, and you're just like, this is...
Doesn't Bill Murray have like a slew of brothers, too? Or at least there's the one who acts.
In Wayne's World, he's got a brother.
Yeah, he's Noah Vanderhoff, right?
What is it, Doyle Murray?
Brian Doyle.
Doyle
Murray, I think. Yeah, he's also in... he's the mayor in Groundhog Day, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like the asshole.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, other than that, no, I think that's all I was putting in myself. And
cool.
Yeah, I was watching it and I was like, you know what? I gotta talk to an actual SNL guy and see what he thinks about the man.
We didn't talk about it, but SNL 50th show.
Yeah.
The actual show, not the music concert. We did talk about that, but the 50th.
The show was fantastic.
You liked it, huh?
I was not expecting to laugh. Like legitimately, I'm not like doing this just because I know you were excited. When you texted me to remind me, I was just like, oh, cool, yeah, like I guess I'll throw that on because I said I would. And some of that shit was, I gotta, not to call this out, there was one thing probably that didn't sit well with me because it made me so uncomfortable because it wasn't funny, and it was when Tom Hanks came out in a MAGA hat.
That made everybody uncomfortable.
And it wasn't even like one of those like, ooh, it was more just like that was poorly written. And it just didn't flow well. And that's what they were trying to do that. I mean, they were trying to make a point, and that's fine. But yeah, I was just more so like, this just didn't feel like it was written well. Like, it didn't make sense why the other guy left and he just showed up. And
yes, it was definitely a weird spot to put him in. By the way, Eddie Murphy was hilarious in that skit as Tracy Morgan, standing next to Tracy Morgan.
So what do you think, though, when someone's mocking you? And it's like, that's got to be so hard.
No,
like, you can take a joke, but I think sometimes, like, you can see it in people's faces when they're maybe like, that would hurt.
I guess it depends on the person.
Yeah.
And Tracy Morgan may be unstable.
Yeah. So he might just be nuts anyway.
We have no clue what he's thinking is what I'm trying to say. But no, I don't. I mean, I think it's hilarious. I think if somebody is next to me doing me, and they're not trying to be a jerk.
Yeah.
Like Eddie Murphy was trying to be funny. And he was very, very good at it.
He's just doing a lot of like this, you know, talking like... That was great, and then...
But the Tom Hanks thing is like... I feel like it would have been better if Trump had not won the election.
Yeah.
Because people are like, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like, haha,
it's here.
It's like we still...
And yeah, it didn't make sense for him to come out. It wasn't that funny in general. I love Tom Hanks. And
me too. We talked about that.
That's the best part about all live comedy is like... They went in and they were like, this is going to be funny. Yeah. And the audience was like, that's not funny.
I think, it wasn't like, for me, it's not like I was like, that's distasteful. I genuinely did not. Like, my reaction was just like, that was weird.
It just wasn't funny, yeah.
The Kate McKinnon as the character, the one I talked about, like her and was Meryl Streep who just could not keep her shit together. And that's even better because she's like so accomplished. But yeah, my favorite thing though was Vanessa Bayer? Is that her name?
Bayers, I think.
Bayers and Fred Armisen as Lorne Michaels' two friends that like helped him move. And But I will say that I was laughing so fucking hard during that.
I mean, that's a recurring thing they did with
Is
a
it?
lot
Okay.
of different celebrities. It wasn't. I don't think it was just Lauren. I think it was a lot of. It would be like Paul McCartney, and they'd be like, "Oh, he's great," except the thing. But the best part about the show, like, it's over 3 hours long, so you're like, man, this is a very long show. But it is basically a greatest hits of. Like, here's the skit. Hey, you guys remember Californians? They're all back.
Yeah.
And here they are.
Well, that's why when I texted you right away, it's like, is this new? I just wanted to make sure it was, because I saw Eddie Murphy, and it's like...
No, it's great. It was literally a best of, pick the best skits, pick the most popular things, and just the people are there now. And, like, so all the writing is new. It's all new stuff or whatever.
Just when they would show the crowd, too. You're like, man, the star power. It's like, Al from Melmac texted me. He's just like, Jenna Ortega just casually sitting next to Kevin Costner. It's just
and they're in between two people, by the way, looking uncomfortable. Yeah. No.
That was so good. But, yeah, I'm really happy I watched that. So
cool. Yeah, then let's do our top 3 dinguses.
Dream jobs, yeah.
Dream jobs.
Top 3 dream penises.
SNL could be one of your dream jobs here.
Oh, so last thing about SNL too, how happy I was to see Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy.
Yeah,
again.
Yeah, good call. I think everybody watching it was having this, like, I mean, obviously we're, but like, everybody's having the same feelings. Like, oh my God, Jack Handy? They brought Jack. Like,
that's why I texted. I'm like, is this still a thing? You're like, no, I wish it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your cousin Nick used to have the Deep Thoughts book.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And, oh my God, that's another episode. Top 3 Deep Thoughts.
Yeah.
But all right, so we're doing top 3 dream jobs this week. We're not going to do bottom because you don't need to know that I don't want to clean up cow semen every day.
So cow semen and rhinoceros dung is a no.
Those are the 2 for me. I don't like those. All right, so I'll start off. My number 3, I would love to be like a film or a TV critic. Since I love watching movies and TV anyway, and I love throwing my 2 cents in, especially on my other podcast that has nothing to do with, like the movies I talk about besides Parks and Rec, but I do it anyway.
Yeah, and I don't want to polish your brass here, but you're very good at it. You have, like, a good voice. I'm very jealous of, like, your voice, your penis size, your demeanor. Your confidence to wear sweatpants in public, all of that. No,
that's
incredible.
My confidence, like, with your home now is that I was looking back at a past episode, the one where I was wearing like a tank top, and it's like never again.
Oh, never again. I encourage it. I'm doing it. I'm getting my beach bod ready.
Yeah, well, I got it. Yeah. Well, you look like Submariner now, so.
But yeah, you are. I'm gonna dress as a gay mermaid or whatever, and you wear a tank top.
Homo Mermatis or whatever it was.
Yeah. Good band. No, I think, like, your other podcast, I don't listen to the Parks and Rec part of it. But fine. It's not because of, like, anything you do. It's because I still am convincing myself that I'm going to watch them all in order, and then, like, I'll probably start listening to that stuff. But I always listen to the stuff you do beforehand.
I appreciate it.
And yeah, because I'm forced to, because we do the podcast together.
Yeah,
I got to be
just
able to
in
talk
case.
about
I'm like, you heard that, right?
Like, but you're very good at it, and especially, like,
thank you.
Like, sometimes I don't have the fast forward button on me, so it goes into the show and talking about Parks and Rec, and just hearing you, like, how you deal with it is like, you're very good at it. That's enough. Well, I'm tired of polishing your brass, as I said. My number 3.
That's a great one, though.
Is going to be Chris Farley in Wayne's World 2. I would love to be a roadie.
Huh?
I would love. Here's a hint. I would love to travel as a job consistently. I love to travel. I don't do it. I've traveled in my lifetime or whatever, but, like, and that's probably why I like traveling, because I don't have to do it on a regular basis. But anything where you're just like, new day, new city, moving. Here you go. Big town, small town, seeing what everything looks like. Mm-hmm. Flight, car, you name it, I don't care. Traveling is, like, awesome to me. So if there's a job that involves traveling, I would love to do it. Roadie, I think, would be awesome, because you don't have to be in the band.
Yeah. You love shows anyway, and you get in for free every night.
You get in for free, and you get to just, like, hang out. You know the band. You fix instruments. You do whatever. You pick up a microphone. It's a very, very difficult job. It's a very, like, underappreciated job. But just everything about it is, like, and you remain anonymous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're in a band that is, and because we're talking dreams, like, successful band, and people got to hide, and Dave Grohl has to wear a hoodie when he goes places. You know what I mean?
And
if you're a roadie,
Will
you're just
Smith's
like,
kid wears buildings on his head.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's my number 3.
Yeah, no, that's kind of cool. It's almost like the perks of the band, but not having to actually write music or learn how to play anything. You
Yeah,
just get
and
to sell merch and hang out with, like...
I was going to say, but without the money as well. But,
Yeah.
like, the travel is the appeal to me.
Yeah, I would assume that it's like when you're doing that for a couple months, it's just like, all I need is food. So as long as I have that, that's good enough pay.
Yeah.
All right, my number 2 is similar to that, and I just put... kind of vague, but I just put rock star. It doesn't have to be like, in that sense, but like I've never played an instrument, and I've always I love music so much. We've talked about it plenty of times on here, and actually in my job interview that I did about a month and a half ago, when they asked this kind of same question, what's your dream job? And I said, I was like, I've always wanted to play an instrument. They were really like, that's cool. A lot of people say chef for some reason. Like everyone says they want to be a chef.
I get that. I feel like that's if you're like a normal human being, you're like, oh, I would love to be a chef.
A skill that would actually carry over. You know? It's like if I was in a band that works for me.
If you're cool,
Yeah.
you pick rock star.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because my number 2 is guitarist.
Okay.
So not necessarily rock star. I don't care like the fame part, but to be a like live touring guitarist.
Like if someone actually paid money to go see you play.
A musician that like if you could be like my full-time job is a musician.
Yeah.
And for me, like sometimes I go, I love to like drum in my car or whatever. Maybe I should have played drums. I love playing bass because it's like almost simplified
Like
guitar.
an extension of drums too, like the bass.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
Okay.
Or half-heartedly. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, I think about these other instruments, but when I play a guitar, I'm always like, it's the guitar for me. Like, that's my instrument. That's what it's been since I was 15. I love to play it. And I'm actually kind of sad because, like, now I'm learning music theory and stuff that, like, really I should have learned 20 years ago just to be a better musician. Not it would have made me a millionaire.
Yeah.
Like, that's dumb. It's incredibly lucky to be able to do this kind of stuff, but just like I learned something recently and my playing got better
Really?
like noticeably, and I was like, holy crap, can you imagine if I was slightly better like when I was trying to do something,
Our intro song wouldn't suck as much as it does.
it would probably still be as bad, but I wouldn't have had to like record it 50 times, maybe like 30. So but yeah, guitarist, touring musician, but guitar in particular.
All right, my number 1 is kind of similar to 3. It's also related to like kind of the TV industry, but there would be like, I'd love to be like a comedy writer.
Okay.
I would love to, and
Makes
I'm talking
sense.
like a BJ Novak type, like on The Office, or we could also say a Peter Bonerz type who actually like writes, directs, and kind of stars. So, like, I don't know if you know this about The Office. Everyone who was in the annex, like Ryan, Kelly, Toby, all of them, they were writers. Yeah, and that's actually where they would be writing, like when the show was going on. So it was actually, that would be so cool to just, it's like, all right, we're not filming scenes right now, but and like, I listen to podcasts like this, The Good Place, Parks and Rec, things like that, where people are actually talking a lot about the writers' rooms. And it just seems like, granted, I know those people are like worked to death, but it's like if you're laughing constantly and just being able to, like, for me, how many stupid ideas I have that it's like, you know what, though, I really do think that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, if you could just get your thoughts out there and then other people are like, or to even write something and it's like, God, Tom Hanks. Like, if he's read one of your lines or something, it'd just be like,
I think that's a good thing about actors, or something that I've recently started to, like, I guess appreciate about actors is, like, taking a line that somebody else writes and making it into something even bigger.
Yeah.
I never realized that because I've never been into like movies and like the behind the scenes, especially like drama and stuff like that. It's always comedy stuff.
Yeah.
And I never really thought of it, but yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, just think of like whoever was like, now go say, let's get ready to rumble, see how that goes.
Yeah,
or, you know, but put your own little spin on it.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's a good thing. My number 1 comedy writer.
Oh, nice. Dude, what are we doing? Let's start.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like, this is a horrible podcast episode, right? Like, we're the same top 3 pretty much. except you wanted to be a rhino specimen taster or whatever it was.
Taster, yes.
No, mine says the way I wrote it is comedy adjacent. So it's comedian, actor, writer, sketch. Would be like, I like all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the writing part very much, and then like the rest of it that comes with it is also great. But the actual, like when you see what an actual comedy writer does, you're like taken aback as to how far, like how much writing they do.
Mm-hmm.
And like 1% of the stuff you write is good, and imagine how much it takes to get to that 1%.
Yeah.
But as I was thinking how bad this podcast episode is because we have the same top 3, I was like, well, we just found something that we should be doing. We both have an interest in at least writing something funny.
Yeah.
Why not try and be funny? I know we've done 38 episodes. We have not been funny once.
No.
And now we're both like, yeah, let's write something funny.
Maybe that's why.
I got ideas. They're in my phone, which I can't show you because it's recording us.
Yeah.
You see the notepads full of stuff over here.
I
was talking to somebody last week about a idea I had, and they were like, "You're an idiot."
Now, what kind of? Because I've actually had in my mind before that it's just like I would love to write like a pilot for a TV show, or even just like I've gotten to the point where I've gotten like a page done of like what I think could be like a potentially funny like opening for a movie, and then it's like, now what? Now it's like I don't know if I could do the other 110 pages or whatever.
Yeah, you can. You just have to do it one at a time.
So yeah, I think
you don't read, but I have like 10 comedy writing books in the closet.
I don't read, but I can learn how to read.
I don't know.
I'll try. All right, so well, you just gave your number one. You got any poem notables?
Magician.
That'd be fun.
I just
the rest of the world would hate you, but
dude,
actually no. You know, I'm sorry. What a fucking cool job for something that is so panned by people. It's like, oh, he's a magician. It's like, dude, magicians are the coolest. I mean, like, I don't care if you can master like a good card trick.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why people are so against magicians. They provide entertainment.
Yeah.
It's a friendly, usually entertainment that a lot of people are wowed by. You destroy haters if you're a very good magician, because everybody wants to figure out what it is that you're doing, and they don't do it. And then guess what? The ladies come in droves because you're awesome.
Yeah,
you got black shoes on.
Oh yeah,
that's why Megan.
So you want to be like a Chris Angel type
to be a magician. I know a Serbian magician. Did you know that? I know a Serbian magician.
Chris Angel
Angelkovic.
Who's your Serbian comedian? Come on, give him a plug.
Comedian, magician. I don't want to, because I mean I don't know.
You?
I don't know his magician name, and I don't want to give his like
the
actual
great
name.
Sassini.
Yeah, but no, he was doing magic when I used to go to like church functions when I was in like 7th, 8th grade, whatever. He was like a year or two older. And he was doing magic stuff back then, and now he lives in San Diego, and he's just a corporate magician. He gets flown around and does stuff. I mean, that's a dream job.
It is. It really
that was
is.
his dream job that he is living. Like, that's awesome.
Just when you're that good, you just you know, you just get like a huge reaction, man.
Yeah,
like those the David Blaine ones. Yeah. Say what you will about him, I don't care. I mean, like,
I love David Blaine.
He's like the equivalent of like Adam Driver. Like you watch him and you just get sleepy. Like what
I get that people
those videos though, like him just doing street magic.
No,
like,
that's the best. Street magic is the best.
That's
right in front of somebody.
Anytime they can do that cool shit where it's like it shows up on the other side of the glass, you know, like from like a storefront. But what you were just saying, it's like it's mostly fun, you know, magic and stuff. In one of those David Blaine videos, speaking of Harrison Ford, I talked about Kevin Costner, but Harrison Ford, there's one with David Blaine where he gets a card like inside of an orange or something like that, and Harrison Ford's just like, get the fuck out of my house. Like he's like terrified.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's a different level of skill where you like put fear in the other person. It's really
unreal too. I mean, like how magicians can put thoughts into your head though to make you. All right.
So the other one I have besides magician is roadie for a magician. So besides that, what do you have?
All right. I have, and these are kind of generic, but it's just obviously hobbies I have. Like, we talked about this earlier, being like a full-time reseller. It'd be like stressful as hell.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I think, like, me at least, and I talked about this on my hobbies a few weeks ago, like, I really enjoy doing it. So, like, if I could just do that, and it's like when you're on a good streak, obviously there's so many headaches that come with reselling. But I mean, like, when you actually hit, it's awesome. And then the other thing I have, podcasting. If we could actually get paid to just do this,
yeah,
it'd be great.
Yeah, everybody else seems to be able to figure it out.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. The other 75 million podcasts on Spotify, we're somehow number 75 million.
And we're the only one not getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, anything arts-wise is ideal. Like, for me, it was always, like, pro wrestling, comedy, music. That's all I've ever really been interested
in. The entertainment business.
And so, like, yeah, it's not a surprise that I've tried to do those things. Yeah. It's also not a surprise that I'm bad at all of them. And,
you haven't
give
tried
up,
acting as I have.
Oh,
I'm not a tour.
I am a horrible actor. So here we go. We're picking our top 3 for next week's episode. Next week is going to be St. Patrick's Day. Well, like the weekend. This weekend is. So next weekend is close to.
We're talking about our top 3 DUIs this week.
Top 3 DUIs.
Just kidding. Didn't pull yet. Here we go. All right.
Potent notables 4 through 6.
Oh my God, this is a sentence.
Uh-oh.
All right, you know what?
Okay.
I said before that I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to do this one. But we're going to do top 3 serial killers.
Okay.
All right, and this is by our friend Ivica. And Ivica, like, I did pull this one, like, probably 2 or 3 times that I've always been like, I don't know what to do with this one. But I think you wrote at the bottom, it doesn't mean you support what they did, just the ones you found interesting or handsome or whatever.
Okay.
So Ted Bundy's definitely on there.
All right.
All right, but yeah, we're going to do top 3 serial killers. And yes, with the caveat that we're not supporting this, but it's still just like, all right. Because I watched that Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix thing a few weeks or a few years ago. All right, psychopath.
We'll see you guys next week.
Later.
Thank you.